After more than 70 years of not knowing what happened to one of their own, a family is getting closure. A Korean-era war veteran officially ruled MIA, but now his remains are reunited once again with his family. Our Brett Brooks was there to witness his burial in tonight's story.
Please accept this flag as a symbol of your loved one's faithful, honorable service.
Like many his age during this time, a young Richard Crotty joined the military. He witnessed both World War I and II while he was in high school, and a couple of years later, after graduating from Woodruff High School in Peoria, he joined the Army, rising to the ranks of sergeant. But a fateful day in South Korea will lead to a lifetime of questions for his family.
They were on the front lines. They were overrun by the Korean soldiers, and his whole unit was basically wiped out.
His younger brother Jack was just 12 at the time that his 22-year-old brother disappeared. With no information as to what happened, he began his lifelong search for the answer.
My dad, his brother, spent the last 72 years trying to find what had happened. There was a big question mark, trying to find what had happened to his brother. He called the VA, he made phone calls to anybody who would listen, trying to find out what had happened.
Richard became one of the 7,800 Americans unaccounted for after the Korean War.
So to find one, and it happened to be my uncle, it's very important. For me, for my kids, for my mom.
Many of them presumed to have either become a prisoner of war or, like Richard, listed as missing in action. That was until an update in DNA testing gave the Crotty family answers to their decade-long quest.
Once they had DNA samples, they were able to pull records of who was fighting in what particular areas, and they just had to connect the dots.
Unfortunately, Jack Crotty would die just 6 weeks before his DNA confirmed that they did find his older brother's remains. Now, the Crotty brothers are being celebrated and remembered as their family finally gets closure.
He and his brother will both be buried together on the Crotty plot, which is right underneath us here.
Reporting in Peoria, I'm Brett Brooks for 25 News.